Well, thank you so much for staying with us. Um, Thanks again to our sponsors for sponsoring our show. So, we want to tell you about some other things that several people that come into our store doesn't know that we carry. So I'm hoping that you all know because I have talked about it on the air before, but we do have products that most garden centers, greenhouses does not have. And that's because we are blessed to have a farm as well as a greenhouse at our facility. And so we do have chickens and goats and cows, alpacas, hogs at different times of the year. So we have a nice little array of farm animals. And all of our farm is definitely a working farm. Our animals are not pets. They are for our consumption. We feel that God gave them to us to eat, and we treat them wonderfully while we have them, and then they feed us for a nice amount of time. So we offer all of that to you as well. So we have an area in our store set up for food. All of the food that we do carry is non-GMO and organic. We have all of the products from our farm, like our eggs and our beef and our pork and our goat. We also have our duck meat. We sell chicken, not from our chickens though, because we have only layers at our farm, but the Brown Brothers farm just in Paris, right outside of Louisville, Paris. The Brown Brothers farm has their farm, and they feed exactly like we do, a non-GMO organic diet to their chickens. And Bill Brown raises broilers as well as layers. And so we sell his chicken meat at our store. So we have all of that in the store, and we also sell Hartzler Dairy products. Hartzler Dairy products are made right in Worcester. A wonderful Christian family and such a blessing to so many of us. And they have milk milk and cheese and butter, and we carry all of those products at our store. And the most fabulous butter I have ever had. It is just amazing. But we carry all of their products. So if you would like to try some milk that is non-homogenized and low temp vat pasteurized, that's what the Hartzler Dairy milk is made with or from, besides the cows. But it's made that way so that you don't lose all of the good things in it. And so we would really love you to try that and try all of their other products as well. We have been carrying the Hartzler Dairy products for about 6 years now, and they have been such a blessing to us to have their products. And so we have all of that. And we do carry raw honey at our store. That's all local, made right in the Lexington, Washington Township, Alliance area. So it's very, very local and raw. So that means that it wasn't heated to kill off good bacteria in the honey. And it's going to be really good for you if you battle with allergies or immune issues. That kind of honey is going to be very, very good for you, and wonderful tasting as well. I use honey to sweeten everything. I use very, very little sugar, and if it is sugar, it's unrefined and organic. So I don't use very much sugar, but I do use a lot of honey, and it is a fabulous, fabulous product and very, very tasty. So those are the things that we carry in that cafe area. Also, there's some nice gift ideas there made out of beeswax. And so it's something that definitely check out that a lot of people doesn't realize that we carry. So when you first walk into the store, hang a right and go into the cafe area. There's tables set up. A lot of people just think it's where we do classes, and that is true. But also that's going to be where all of those food items are as well. So we also carry a product that I have been using for about a year now, and that is called Santa Care. And Santa Care is brought to you by the Espoma Company, and many of you are familiar with Espoma because you know of the tones. The holly tone, the rose tone, the plant tone, the tomato tone, the garden tone, all the tones is made by the Espoma Company. Well, Espoma also has come up with this product called Santa Care. And Santa Care is really for the farmers more than the plant people. But I have found for the plant people, it works very well also. So Santa Clara is basically, there's two different varieties. The first one is a hardwood bedding, and it is shavings of hardwood. And I have been using it as litter in my cat's litter box for just about a year now, and cuts down on odor, no dust. My cat really likes it. It is a fabulous product. It absorbs so much moisture. It's just phenomenal. Saves me so much money on litter. It's just outrageous. I am so glad and so blessed to have this product. But it's also great for the farm. I have been using it in the chicken coops as well. Cuts down on that odor tremendously. If you have chickens, you know that ammonia smell that gets in your chicken coops. So it really cuts down on that. Also, in horse stalls, great for the horse stalls. It's great in so many different areas, and it is just a fabulous product. Santa Clara also comes in an odor control granular, and it is has diatomaceous earth in it. This is great for a lot of people to sprinkle in their chicken coops as well. But also for the plant people, if you are someone that's doing some composting and you've noticed odor in your compost, this is great for that as well. This is wonderful to sprinkle down in there. Also, I like the granular in my cow stalls. It seems to really absorb that crazy amount of odor that comes into the stall. We are sort of hillbilly farmers, and we have a semi-trailer that has been turned into stalls for our cows and our goats and our alpacas. And that tight-knit area will really get odorsome at times. And when we clean the stalls, we can sprinkle the Santa Clara granular in there, and it just really absorbs that odor, all the extra moisture. Fabulous product for the stalls and for your compost piles. So those are some great products that we have found to be very, very wonderful for the farm as well as for our gardeners. The gardeners that are doing a lot of composting, sometimes that's an issue if you live in a neighborhood where the neighbors doesn't love that odor so much. And so that's a great thing. And so that sort of brings us to another issue, our neighbors. And in the gardening industry, we talk a lot about our privacy, and we want to, have some nice privacy around our patios and things like that. But also our neighbors doesn't like some of the other things that we as gardeners sometimes like. And I'm going to be referring to the bees. We in the gardening industry and the farming industry, the food industry, all know the importance of bees. But some people doesn't recognize the importance of bees. And I'm specifically meaning honeybees, because they do the pollinating of so many things that we eat. And not only the things that we eat, but the things that animals eat, so that we can have beef and pork and chicken and all of the other meats that we eat. All the things that they eat need some type of pollination. And so bees are very important. And sometimes people doesn't love the bees as much, not because they're allergic, and there are people that are allergic, but just because they don't like them, or they think that they're going to be a nuisance to them. So we really need to bring the awareness of the importance of bees to everyone, and that if they are in your neighborhood, if your neighbor happens to have a hive in their backyard, that does not mean that you are going to be invaded with honeybees or some other type of bee that you won't be able to enjoy your backyard, or your children won't be able to enjoy your backyard because of the neighbors having a beehive. So going to your township and protesting against the neighbors having a beehive is really not the answer. Just educating yourself that the bees are not really going to be coming after you, that they are really after pollen from different trees, different flowers, and how beneficial they are. And some of the flowers, all the pollinators are very important to them, but the bees really like things that have lots of pollen. So the more things that you can plant around your yard for the bees is very important. And things that bloom early on all the way through the end of the season are very important, so that the bees always have something to pollinate from and to eat from, so that they can store up energy into the winter even. So that's why having like goldenrod in your landscape is very important. But the bees will travel quite a ways, like up to 2 miles sometimes, to get the things that they do need. But just if you can keep them closer, that's always going to be better. And they're going to be pollinating off the things in your yard. So fruit trees are great. I like fruit trees because they are pretty, but they also are going to produce something for you. So if you're thinking about a tree in your yard and you love apples, there's nothing better than a Honey Crisp apple or a Granny Smith apple. So go ahead and think about that. It also is going to be great for the bees as well, because they love fruit trees. And honey that is made from the bees pollinating off of fruit trees is fabulous honey. So it's really to your benefit, especially if you know of somebody that is producing honey. They have a beehive and they're going to be producing honey, and you might be able to reap some of those rewards. Having a fruit tree in your backyard is always going to be a wonderful, wonderful thing for them and for you. But it's going to be great. Well, we are just about to the end, so we want to remind everybody of our special hours for today. We will be open until 5 o'clock. Unless several of you are there at 5 o'clock, we'll stay open longer. Also, tomorrow we'll be opening at 10 a.m. and we will stay open until 3:30 or a little after if you're there. We want to make sure that everybody gets all the wonderful things that they need for their moms for Mother's Day. Planters, hanging baskets, perennials, statuary, all of those things we have available. And if you come in at 3:30 tomorrow and need help doing a custom planter for your mom, I will stay and help you get that custom planter done for your mom. We want to make sure that your moms are taken care of and loves the things that you create for them. So we want to thank all of you. Our regular hours are Monday through Friday, 8 a.m. till 6 p.m., Saturdays 8 a.m. till 4 p.m., Sundays 11 a.m. till 3 p.m. We're right there on the corner of Columbus Road and Broadway at 5828 Columbus Road, Louisville 44641. Our phone number is 330-455-5997. And my email address is Cindy Petiiti, CindyPetitti @gmail.com. So call, email, or stop in with your questions. We want to help you have a wonderful gardening season. Thank you so much and have a blessed week.